Yep.
And I'm guessing I don't need to wear a mask since I'll be in here.
You do not, correct, yeah. Mm-hmm. Is that the way they want it? I think that look all right.
Yeah, that should be.
Mm-hmm.
It's like kind of delayed, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. That
I
could just
like it.
Yeah, it could just be the internet here, although it's connected. All right. Yeah, and then I'll just either Erin or I'll come in around 6:30.
And how do I know when it's starting?
You can just start like around 6 o'clock. Like, so yeah, it's up to you to start whenever, right around 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And then Claire will edit out that first
chunk
a little later.
Sounds great.
Thanks for doing it today.
Yeah, nice. Hi, thanks for coming tonight. We have 30 minutes together. My name is Nora. There's a lot that can be done in 30 minutes, but most importantly, I want you to hopefully stick with your breath and let this be a little time out in your day. Time for you to come back to yourself. We're entering yet another phase of transition here with fall. If you're taking this live, you know, obviously the temperature has changed outside. And soon we'll start seeing leaves fall, rustling all around. And it's another opportunity for us to kind of pause, take a couple deep breaths, feel our feet on the ground, and just let things go on around us as best that we can. So let's make our practice about that tonight. For 30 minutes, we'll move our bodies, we'll use our breath, we'll sink in deep, we'll reach up high, and feel a little bit more grounded and balanced at the end. So we'll start in child's pose. Throughout class, I will lead you with my voice. I also move on my mat, so you're welcome to watch or just go with the cues of my voice. If you have a 30-minute playlist you want to turn on, you're welcome to do so. Finding yourself in child's pose with knees wide, big toes together, body out in front of you. Maybe arms stretched outwards, perhaps forehead to the mat or stacking those hands underneath the forehead. We'll start with a couple big breaths. So together, let's empty out all of our air. And then inhale nice and big. And then open your mouth and exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more big breath in. And a big breath out. Walk your hands over towards the right side of your mat, finding a side body stretch. Root down and back through that left sit bone, reaching left fingertips up and out forward. Big breath in, big breath out. Walk the hands back through center, over to the other side of the mat. Root down and back through that right sit bone, reaching forward with that right hand. Huge arch in the right side of your body. Big breath in, and big breath out. Good, we'll come back to center. Turn those palms up to the ceiling. If you'd like to set an intention for your class, for our practice, for this space, for these 30 minutes, go ahead and hold that in your mind's eye. Remembering that even though we may never be together physically for this practice today, hopefully in the future, our intentions hold each other up. Take a big breath in, visualizing that intention. And then hands into the mat. Come up onto hands and knees for tabletop pose. Steady yourself. Hips over knees. Shoulders over wrists. Good. Drop the belly, gaze forward. Breathe in. Exhale, arch the spine up. Tuck the chin. Again, inhale, drop the belly, gazing forward, gazing up. And then go the opposite way. 2 more with your own breath, dropping the belly as you breathe in, really looking up, and then arching the spine up, chin to chest. 1 more. Maybe even wiggling side to side on this last one, feeling into your side bodies. Coming back to neutral, we'll curl our toes under, lift our hips up and back, downward facing dog. First down dog of the class, of the day, maybe of the week. Wherever you're at, feel into it, knowing that you can bend your knees a lot in this practice. Pedal your feet out, one and then the other, feeling a stretch down the backs of your legs. And then press your hands into the mat as you lift your hips up. Let's come up on our tiptoes and let your heels go towards the mat. Again, inhale, lift those heels. And exhale, heels to the mat. Good, pull forward to a high plank. Pause, holding the high plank, building a little bit of heat, knowing that your knees can drop down to the mat at any point in time. Where are you at today? Press into that, breathe into that, and now slowly lower down to your belly. Cobra pose, toenails press down. Inhale, lift your heart, and exhale, release. Do that again, inhale, lift your heart, and release. Find yourself back to a high plank pose, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, pull forward to a high plank. Pause once you're there. Decide either knees down or knees up, lowering halfway or to your belly. Up dog or cobra, finding that back bend, pressing into the earth with those hands, lifting the heart, downward facing dog. Good, take a breath in and a breath out. Breathe in. As you breathe out, move to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, belly pulls in, and forward fold. Let's rise to stand all the way, press into those feet, arms, gaze, heart high, and then fold down, hands through heart center. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, high plank. Pause, breathe in, lower partway or to your belly. Again, up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Again, as you breathe out, move, top of the mat. Halfway lift and forward fold. Rise up all the way, again, touching the sky. And then fold down, breathe out. Halfway lift. Plant the hands, we'll meet in down dog. Flowing, lowering, finding that back bend, that heart expansion, that opening. Downward facing dog. Good, take a breath in. Open your mouth and exhale. Again, inhale. Open your mouth, exhale. Good, right leg lifts to the sky. Bend the right knee, stack the right hip on top of the left. Maybe rotate that ankle. Maybe look underneath your left armpit, encouraging those shoulders to stay square as you open your hips. Good, square the hips, right leg long. Now knee to right elbow if you'd like. Inhale to extend. Again, knee to right elbow, crunch it in. Inhale, extend. Knee to right elbow, crunch, hold. 3, 2, 1. Good, extend. Step forward, warrior 1. Plant that foot and we'll rise up. We'll have 2 full footprints on the earth. Really grounding down through the back edge of your left foot as you pull your left hip around to the front of the room. Sink into your front knee. Lift your heart. Good, sink a little deeper. Really feeling strength in your back left leg. Commitment to the bend in the front. Take a breath in. Warrior 2. A little wider through the legs, arms out wide. Pull that right knee more towards your right pinky toe. Gaze over your right fingers. And then shrug those shoulders up by your ears and then soften them down. Playing with blending of opposites. Good. Flip your front palm, reverse. Reaching more up and then back. Up, 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 and then maybe a little bit back as you feel a huge stretch in your right side body. Making an effort to pull your right knee open. Good, take one more big breath in. Cartwheel hands down to your mat and pause. Coming to a pyramid variation. Humbling over that front knee, maybe high on the ball of your back foot. Breathing into your lungs, feeling like your back of your right leg is expanding with the inhales. Good, bend into your front knee. Left hand down, right arm to the sky. You can drop your left knee down if you'd like. Good, 2 more breaths. 1 more breath, belly pulls in, reach it up. Right hand down. Standing splits, left leg lifts. Crown of head down to the mat. Good, really breathing into the back of that hamstring on the right side. Unclenching your jaw, unsquinting those eyes. Good, lift your left leg higher, breathe in, and then exhale, crunch it in. Again, inhale to lift. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift. Exhale to crunch. Lift. And crunch. Last one, lifted it up. Pause. Hands to heart center. Square those hips, dropping the left hip down, finding a warrior 3. Capital T shape with your body. Rotate left hip down to the mat. Good. Use your core. Abs turn on to support your low back. 2 more breaths. Good. Top of the mat, both feet, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, chair pose. Maybe starting with hands at heart center. Sinking hips down and back. Lifting heart up. Sink a little bit deeper. 1 more breath. And fold down. Halfway lift. And forward fold. Chair pose, bottom down, heart lifts high. Let's bring our hands to our heart center this time. Good, now think about lifting that prayer up. So draw your elbows together, lifting elbows to shoulder height. Keep pressing palms of hands together. Keep pressing forearms and elbows together. Now come up on your tiptoes. Sink your bottom down. Lift your heels high. Playing with a blend of opposites, right? We're all pulled in so many directions. Practice on your mat. Pressing forearms together. Good. Hips down, heart up. 1 more breath. and forward fold. One more breath, halfway lift, and forward fold. Last time, chair pose on this side, bottom down, heart lifts high. Hands to heart center, twisting away from the camera. Left arm can go straight forward, right arm can go back. Or you can find that twist a little deeper, left elbow to right knee. Once you have the twist, look down at your knees. If that left knee is forward, hug the left knee back. Sink the hips down, hold the belly in, twist. 3, 2, forward fold. Halfway lift. Good. Forward fold. Step your left foot back. Move your right foot to the outer edge of your mat. Drop your left knee down. This is lizard pose. You're welcome to stay here on those hands. You're welcome to come down onto your elbows. Lizard is a hip opening pose. So you're welcome to also splay onto the outer edge of that right foot if that feels okay to you. Personally, I like to come up onto my hands, keeping my left hand planted, take my right hand into my right thigh and press it away a little bit while I'm twisting. Good. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Good. Both hands down. Move the right foot in between your hands. Curl the back toes under. Open warrior 2. Coming back up. Sinking in. Straighten the front leg. All 10 toes over to the mirror. Arms extended out. Lift your heart up. And then forward fold all the way down to your mat. Once you get down, shift the weight into the balls of your feet. Hands can be underneath your shoulders. If you'd like, you can walk them forward like a downward facing dog with a long spine. If you have a different variation of forward fold, you're welcome to find that. Maybe hands on the earth, making square boxes out of your elbows and your shoulders and your bicep. Pulling the belly in. Good. 3, 2, good. Walk your hands back underneath your heart with a long spine. Right hand under your heart. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Keep your right hip pulling up, back behind you. Pull the belly in. Really rotate from your belly instead of just throwing your left shoulder open. Good. Left hand down. Right arm up. Again, left hip pulls up and back. Pull the belly in. Rotate through your entire torso as best you can. 1 more breath. Right hand down. Walk your hands around to your left foot at the back of your mat. Pause. Step your left foot back. High plank. Move your left hand under your heart for a side plank pose. Dropping your knee down if you'd like, coming down to your elbow. Taking any variation of a side plank that might feel best to you. Take 1 more breath. High plank, pause. Right hand under heart, side plank, opposite direction. Again, honoring where you're at. Feeling the differences in the sides of your bodies. 2 more breaths. Back to your high plank. Flow if you'd like. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Left leg lifts. Bend the left knee. Stack the left hip on top of the right. Maybe rotate the ankle. Gaze under the right armpit. Opening that hip. Good. Square the hips. Left knee, left elbow, crunch. Inhale, extend. Again, knee to the elbow. Inhale, extend. Last time, knee to the elbow, crunch, hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, extend. Warrior 1, step forward. 2 full footprints on the earth in this pose. We'll start to rise up. Back leg is really strong, pressing the earth down and away behind you. As you rotate that back hip around to the front of the room. Same time, we're dropping the front knee down into a little deeper lunge. Last but not least, belly pulls in, protecting the low back. Good. Using warrior one as a reminder, that back leg keeps moving us forward, but our heart is right here. Take a breath in. Warrior two, opening hips and heart. Arms forward and back. Pulling that left knee open, more towards your left pinky toe than your big toe. Shrugging shoulders up and then really with effort, releasing them down. Staying deep in your legs, really fire up your back leg as you bend deep into your left knee. Anchoring yourself here in this present moment. Flip your front palm, reverse, lift up and back and up a little bit more. Left side body super long, one more breath. Good, cartwheel hands down to the mat, pause. Pyramid variation, coming to the ball of your back foot, surrendering over a straightish front leg. Crown of head releasing down. Good, one more breath. Bend into your front knee. Left arm waves to the sky, simple twist. Pull the belly in, pull that right hip forward towards your right armpit. One more breath. Good, left hand down, standing splits. Standing needle. Really breathe into the back of our left hamstrings. Mine are super tight, perhaps yours are too. I haven't been doing much yoga practice lately. A lot of walking. Lift the right leg higher. Now crunch it in behind the left. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift. And crunch. Lift. And crunch. Last time, lift it up high. Good. Start to walk your hands forward, dropping your right hip down, finding a warrior three. It's like a capital T, so see it in your mind. Try and build it with your body then. Pull the belly in to support your low back. Flex or point that back foot. Make it do something active. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Both feet down, back of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, arms up. This time, chair pose, bottom down, heart, hands to heart. Let's find airplane wings this time. Arms back, palms face the earth, fingers spread wide. Now lift up on those toes. Again, playing with that pull of opposites that all of us experience. Fingers down, heart lifts. Good, buns down, heels up just a little bit higher. Invite the tremble. Practice not being perfect on your mat. 3, 2, and forward fold. Halfway lift, and forward fold. Last one for now, chair pose, bottom down, heart lifts, hands to heart center. Thinking about twisting and get away from the camera, right arm can go straight forward, left arm back. Or you can hook that right elbow by the left knee. Once you have the twist, gaze down at your knees. Right knee may have popped forward, pull it back in space. And lengthen the spine forward. So you find length in the spine as you twist. 3, 2, and forward fold. Good. Step your right foot back. Move your left foot to the outer edge of your mat. Find your lizard pose on this side. Maybe dropping your right knee down. Maybe staying on those palms of hands. Coming to the elbows if that serves your body better. Noticing as our body stills, if that's when your mind picks up. Remember, the mind is designed to think it's doing its job, so don't talk too bad to yourself. But instead, use those moments when you've forgotten where you're at, those moments when your mind has left the building, those moments when your to-do list and to-don't list pop up. Every time you notice that and come back to your breath and back to your mat, it's a tiny little victory for that true nature of yourself. 2 more breaths. Good. We'll bring left hand back down, move the left foot between our hands, ground our right foot down, warrior two, rise up. Straighten the front leg, all 10 toes, again forward, hands behind the back, this time interlace fingers, draw the knuckles down, lift your heart up, opening that heart space. And then if you'd like, surrender forward and down. If having the grip in the hands is not your thing, release it, it's okay. But if you choose to release, make it because it's not the safest thing for you today, perhaps. Right? This practice kind of pushes us to live with a little bit of discomfort, pushes us to look where our edge might be, and maybe not go beyond our edge, but also just notice, right? It's so easy to walk through this life with blinders and to never notice anything. But once you start to notice, it's almost like you can't stop. Good, bring your hands back down to the mat. Walk your hands around to the front of your mat. Step your right foot back by your left, high plank. Take a breath in, lower to low plank. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Again, big breath in and big breath out. Good, walk your feet and hands towards each other in the middle of your mat. Bring your hands underneath your feet, gorilla pose, just for a few moments to release our wrists. Maybe find a halfway lift with buns down and knees bent. Then a forward fold, crown of head down towards the mat, pulling the belly in, hips up. Good. Slowly start to come back to a chair pose. One more time to open our joints, right arm underneath left. Opening our joints in more of a passive way, using our own support, our own resistance. Right arm underneath left for eagle arms. Maybe you hug yourself or find that full expression, chair pose. And then right leg up and over left. You're welcome to float those right toes. You can kickstand on the earth or wrap them all the way behind. Sink your hips down, but also keep your heart high and back, right? We never want to compromise the integrity of our heart just because we think we're supposed to be deeper into something, right? Those are the times when it gets scary and we're not on our true path, right? Let our heart lead. 2 more breaths. Both feet down, arms up, good. Left arm underneath right. Eagle arms. Finding the expression first with the upper body, pressing hands together, sink down into your hips, and then left leg up and over right. Belly pulls in. Good. Squeeze your knees together. Press your palms into each other. Try and slide down that wall behind you. Keeping your heart high. 3, 2, both feet down. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold down to your mat. Halfway lift. Plant your hands. Step to a high plank. Flow if you'd like. We'll meet in down dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Lift your right leg high to the sky. Bend the knee. If you like to flip your dog, come up onto the tippy toes of the left foot. Let that right foot get heavy. Flip yourself over. Reaching through those right fingertips. Pushing the hips up. We'll come back, unflipping our dog carefully. Right knee up by right wrist, half pigeon. Heart nice and tall first. Think about squaring your hips forward. So left hip comes around in front. Right hip pulls back ever so slightly. Heart is high. Good. And then if you'd like, you're welcome to fold into yourself. Just got a couple more moments here together. A couple more minutes to feel into our bodies. A couple more minutes to not answer a text message or an email or a child's call or a pet's call or a partner's call, whatever you want to call it. Just a couple more minutes for you. Good. We'll start to walk our hands back underneath our shoulders. Find your way back to down dog.
Lift the left leg up, bend the left knee, stack the hips. Again, you can stay here or come up high on the ball of your right foot, allowing that left foot to get heavy, then flipping yourself. Really pushing hips up, really reaching away with those left fingertips. And then we'll come back, unflipping ourselves, left knee forward, right leg back, half pigeon. Couple breaths here. Start to square your hips forward, right hip comes forward, left hip pulls back just a little, micro movements. Noticing, the subtle changes around us. Fall is hard for me. I'm a pretty light and spacey person, and with the winds of the fall and all the change, it can be a little bit hectic. But I've also learned that there's so much value that comes through fall. So much to be said for all of our things in nature that are able to let go when their time has come to pass. Trees let go of their leaves, trusting that they'll get another chance. Flowers lose their petals. Species either hibernate for the winter or wait till the next year to come around. Yet here we are as humans, often gripping and holding on to things. Walk your hands under your shoulders, right leg around in front of you, both legs out in front of you, lay onto your back. Here as humans, gripping, holding onto everything till it no longer serves us. Press your feet into the earth for one bridge pose. Feet down, hips up, shoulders come underneath you. Relax your butt muscles. Lift your hips a little higher. And slowly lower down onto your back. Drop your knees over to the right side of your mat. Then back to your left side of your mat. And back to your right side. And then back to your left. And then lay down. 2 minutes of rest. 2 minutes of ease, of calm. Again, maybe making this that moment that you carry with you throughout the coming weeks. When there's chaos and hecticness all around you, coming back to this moment, back to this savasana. Where for just a few breaths, you're able to let go. For just a few breaths, your muscles relax, your tension releases, and maybe your mind goes blank in a good way. Three more breaths. And slowly roll onto one of your sides. And then gently press yourself up to your comfortable seat. Sit nice and tall. Belly pulls in, spine nice and high. Let's draw our hands to our heart center. Again, approaching this season of transition when really every moment of our lives is full of transition. Stagnant transition, as I'd like to think of the last 6-7 months, when time has paused but life has kept going, right, because of COVID. So just coming back to this breath and back to this moment and back to the realness of this heart and this body that is yours. Take a breath in, open your mouth and exhale. It's truly been an honor for me to spend these 30 minutes with you. I hope it sets your week off on a good pace, wherever you are when you take this, whether it be morning, night, whatever. Namaste.
Thank you. It's actually really fun.
Cool.
Totally really
I'll have to practice like that later.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully it's quick and easy. My words are all horrible and being filmed is just doesn't help with us. So anyways, have a great night also.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Nora.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.